Hey, you got time for a beer? I know I do. Welcome to my show. My name's Jake. It's not Thursday, but I do have a new beer here for you. Don't forget, you can find me at tubajake_69 and Untapped, YouTube, and Twitter. And on Instagram, you can find me at tubajake_. Don't forget, tell me your stories. I like to hear them. Hopefully you do too, because I'm going to tell you stories. And if you tell me stories, then I've got more stories to tell. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that other people can hear my stories, and it makes me feel better when I know that people are paying attention. So if you could, that'd be great. The beer I've got for you today is from Saugatuck Brewing Company. It's a great bucking IPA. It says Rainbow Rodeo IPA. So it's made in Michigan, which it is. I do believe that Saugatuck Brewing Company is based out of Saugatuck, so because it's a real place. It really is. Kind of looking forward to this one. I'm super interested. So anyway, let's get this guy going. Girl? I don't know. It's got a fish with a young lady riding the back of the fish. Usually I'll read all the stuff on it, but I just want to go. So we're going. That's 7%. So it's a little heavy, but it's an IPA. So it's kind of expected to be right around there, especially seeing that it's from the west coast of Michigan, where, you know, the normal IPA is the Bell's Two-Hearted, which is kind of what I'm expecting out of this. What else does it say about this? Every journey begins with a sip. Come take a ride with us as we reel in this great bucking IPA. Through a forest of hops past flowing cascades, we cast a line of citrus, tropical, and piney notes. Enough body to make a splash, yet maintain an easy drinking American IPA. Sounds good. It is weird that they've got a dry fly on here and then also a bobber. Those things don't go together, just so you all know, in case you're looking at it. What else is on here? 7%. Drank within 6 months. It has not been 6 months yet, so that's nice. All right, so it's American IPA. Didn't say which coast it's from, but the west coast of Michigan, so I'm gonna go with West Coast IPA. It's about the same color, that amber color that you get from the Two-Hearted. It smells like flowers. Hops, as a matter of fact. It's not like a hop slam. There's more nuance to this. Getting a little bit of that bitter green banana flavor that you get every once in a while. But like, it's a piney green banana flavor, if that makes any sense. It probably doesn't. But that's what I'm getting. Citrus fruits, like the pith of an orange. Not the actual orange part though. Grapefruit maybe? They're right about the body though. The body on this is light, even though the alcohol is heavy. Which is nice. It's nice, good drinking beer. Very nice. What beer does this remind me of? To be honest, it really does remind me a lot of the All Day IPA. Well, yeah, that too. But this one's a little bit heavier, so I would go with the Two-Hearted. It does remind me a little bit of the All Day, but it's heavier. Does this remind me of a story? I mean, nothing in particular, but it does remind me that I haven't been fly fishing in a long time. I used to go fly fishing with my dad every once in a while. Not like all the time, but every once in a while. For a little bit, I was teaching a fly fishing merit badge, or helping him to teach the fly fishing merit badge at Boy Scout camp. So I got to learn how to cast. I got pretty good at casting, but casting is not fishing. But being able to cast does make it a lot easier to fly fish, because if you don't know how to cast a fly, you're going to look silly when you go out to try to do that. The one big one that you can't do, like you can do like a regular roll cast. Well, no, not a roll cast. You can't do a roll cast. You can do just a regular cast where you're like, everything's flying around and whatnot. You can do that without the water, but to do a roll cast, you have to have water. Because if you don't have water, the tension isn't right on the line and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. Like you can do it, but it's gonna go and it just kind of flops right there. But if it's in the water, it goes and then it rolls out, and it's really pretty impressive comparatively. You know, you get this from riding the fish. I've caught maybe 2 fish on a fly, which one fish is great, but like the first fish that I caught, I was like, oh man, this is kind of big, and I got it out and it was a trout. It was that big. It was not big, but it feels like you are fighting a monster, which is great. It's super fun. I mean, you don't have barbs on your hook, so the hooks come out fairly easily, which is great if you don't really like touching fish. I don't really like touching fish. But hooks come out easy, but also the hooks come out easy. So, like, you might have them hit the fly and you catch them, but you can't, they get loose because they just slide off the hook. It doesn't happen as often as what it sounds like, but it does happen. It's hard to say what the best part about being, I mean, really, the best part about being outside is being outside. Be outside. It's great fun. I think the best part is that it's so quiet and you're just there by yourself, kind of, I mean, floating, because, you know, you get your waders on and you're in the water. I'd say floating, but not really floating. Trying not to get your waders filled up with water as you're walking through and it's, you know, up to the tops of your waders. And the water's colder than what you're expecting it to be. But your waders are neoprene, so they're warm, sort of, but also the water's cold. So you're covered in like a plastic bag, a soft plastic bag, but a plastic bag that's frozen on the outside. It's weird, but fun. You know, you kind of go through and you cast along, let the fly float by, let it float by, let it float by, because that's how you do it. You want it to look like a bug on the water. And if you get the line in there, the fish can see that and they won't hit it. So you have to let it kind of do its thing and know how that's supposed to work. And it's been long enough that I haven't done it, that it would be difficult for me to do that right now. But I can show you how to cast a fly, no problem. Where you should cast the fly, when you should cast the fly, I'm not good at that. That takes different practice. But yeah, I think the last time that I went out ahead, going around, and came around this corner, and there were 3 deer just kind of hanging out. I'm like, oh, there's deer there. That's kind of cool. And they saw me and they looked at me and they watched me for a little bit and then they walked away. I'm gonna run away because, I mean, I'm in the water. If I'm coming after them, I'm gonna make a lot of noise. And I'm not gonna be able to go fast enough to catch them. That was pretty good. I could see drinking this, like sitting one of the 6-pack of this at the beginning and then coming back and getting it at the end and being super happy that it's there. So anyway, I have a quote for you. This one is from Abby Wambach. She's a soccer player, professional and national team. She said, "It's a heavy burden to look up at the mountain and want to start the climb. But you should, you know. hers ended at the climb part, but you should look up there and be like, that mountain is going to be tough, but I need to get there. There should be something like that in your life. It makes life worth it. So want it. It's good for you. Anyway, you can find me at @2jake_69 on Untapped YouTube, Twitter, and then on Instagram you can find me at @2jake_69 on the other stuff, and then on Instagram at @2jake_69_. Not underscore. Anyway, find me @2jake_69 or not 69. Tell me your stories. I like to hear them from you. Hopefully you like to hear them from me, because I'm going to keep telling you stories. Sometimes you'll hear new ones, like this one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because it means other people get to hear my stories too. New ones, old ones, whatever. It's good. I like that. I'll see you next time. We got time for a beer.